I'm Kerry Fink with Helping Seniors of Brevard. It's time for Helping Seniors Update. And first of all, hope you're enjoying a happy and safe Labor Day. Today is Labor Day. It's Monday, September the 7th. And our guest today is Traci Graf with Avid Home Care. And Traci, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Kerry?
I am good. You know, we were just talking before we started this update. You and I did a television show together for the Helping Seniors TV, which Helping Seniors TV, by the way, folks, if you have Space Coast Government TV and if you have cable anywhere in Brevard County, you have Space Coast Government TV on your set. And we do the Helping Seniors TV programs there 3 times a day, Monday through Friday. So they plenty of chance to see Helping Seniors TV. If you don't have cable, that's okay. You can still catch it because they broadcast out over the internet as well. Space Coast Government TV. And of course, then we also make the TV programs available on our website, our YouTube page, and also our Facebook page. But Traci, you and I had done a show. It was literally the last TV show that we filmed before the COVID lockdown. So this was a few months back, and it's called Pulling the Curtain Back on Senior Mental Health. And what I was thinking is, as you and I were talking about this, here we are, we're 6 months into COVID now. I mean, in terms of when things started to really lock down, and they said, give us 30 days to stop the spread. And here we are at 6 months. But I thought, wow, how incredible forward looking it was for you to come up with that topic, because senior mental health was a concern then, which only becomes more concerning because of the restrictions of COVID. And you and I were talking about you as a registered nurse and having a career in healthcare and understanding this in a way far deeper than I do. You know, it seems like we've really done a good job medically of keeping our seniors safe, because when we do all the precautions and take all that into account and keep them separated, we're doing the right thing medically. But now what you're seeing is that we have to really deal with this isolation and those challenges. Am I saying that in the right way?
Yeah, definitely. I think that I have also done psychiatric nursing, and the mental health system and the way that it runs has always been something I'm passionate about. I don't know how many people we're really helping, very honestly, in the American mental health system. Not many, not nearly the people who need, not nearly enough help. But now where we are now is really honestly somewhere where I never thought we would be. And, it's a very sad thing to have to say, and I actually used these words, and I told you I submitted an article recently on the same subject, and I feel it's hard to even say it, but people are forgotten. They're just these forgotten people. They're at home. They're alone. They may not see neighbors or have neighbors who they know. They may not have family. They may be avoiding going to the doctor, to the store, it's people can have things delivered to their home nowadays if, when they're stuck at home, but it still doesn't replace the fact that they're not having any human interaction. But we have these people at home who have no way of connecting to someone outside of their world, many of them. Many of them are hard of hearing, so they can't use the phone. Even the talk to text phones that some of them have, they're great for a quick call, but they're not that good for a conversation. So, we have these people who are just out there living in their homes. Nobody even really knows who they are, many of them. It's very sad. As a Medicare home care nurse, many times you would encounter these people after they'd been to the hospital or something had happened, they'd fallen. And it didn't take long for you to figure out that you're the only one. You're the only one who sees them all week long. You're the only one they talk to. You're the only one who actually physically touches them. And I think that in society, it's very easy to forget on a big scale how important that is to an individual. It's very important. Very, very important. So, we are definitely seeing in our clients and clients who are coming on services, a heightened sense of anxiety. Mm-hmm. When is this going to end? They're still scared. They're scared to go out. They're scared to do anything. And, we try to be advocates of sort of getting back to life, but still trying to abide by rules to keep yourself safe.
Everything that you're talking about is really so important, because I was thinking about this. We've been through the summer months, and a lot of times the adult kids, maybe they live up north, but they'll come down, take summer vacation, look in on mom or dad, or, see what's going on. And that's not possible. We talked earlier that Joe Steckler, who's our president and founder, he just went recently through a successful knee surgery and is in the process of recuperating from all that. But even there, he had to go through that whole process. His wife, Terry, has to take him to the hospital and basically wave it at the curb. Right. So you can imagine, as you're going into these kind of stressful things, just like what you're talking about, it's very difficult. And then let's be honest, to me, it looks like the guidance, you're more of an expert on this, the guidance from the CDC about how to stay safe from this doesn't really look like it's changed ever. Since the beginning. I hear you guys use a term called universal precautions, and that seems to be the correct thing. But yet now, and let's be honest, we're in political season, so everybody has a different opinion about what's going on. And it makes it very tough for the rest of us to just understand, separating how scared should we be. Although, like we talked about, what I'm hearing from everybody universally that's in that taking care of seniors field, first of all, number one, I would say great kudos, because everybody that I have spoken with is really serious about making sure that we keep our seniors safe. I mean, to an unbelievable length. I was talking with Greg Kennedy, who is the executive director of Zon, and that's where our offices are, as you know, over at the Senior Resource Center there at Beachside. And he was telling me about the steps that they have gone through to make sure. And he said, so to this day, we've had nobody that has actually had COVID symptoms of any kind.
That's good.
And I've talked to people at the other facilities that we work with, Hibiscus Court, same thing. Everybody takes us serious. And then, as we talk about that, though, that doesn't answer totally the question that you're getting at. And I think I really want to advise you, viewer, if you get a chance, take a look at this show that I had the pleasure of taping with Traci, called Pulling the Curtain Back on Senior Mental Health. And you can check that show in particular out on either our website, helpingseniorsofbrevard.org, helpingseniorsofbrevard.org. You can find it on our YouTube channel. You can also find it on our Facebook page. And it's really interesting that we were recording that show just before all this hit. But Traci, I want to ask you, what are the ways to combat this challenge? I mean, what are the things that you and I and other people who do care about seniors could try, even in the midst of all the lockdowns and precautions? What are things we might try that help in this?
I think that many times, some of the things I've definitely observed dealing with the elderly community, they're reluctant to ask for help. Mm-hmm. Many of them do not want to ask for help. That also means that if you go and say to them, say you have an elderly lady living next door to you, and you know that she doesn't have any family that lives locally, and that she's alone, going and just saying, is there anything I can do to help you? Is there anything that you need? Typically is going to get the response of, no, I'm okay. I'm doing just fine, So I think it's important when dealing with people like that you sort of come at them with a few suggestions. You know, they also tend to not want to feel they don't want to make anyone feel like put out, you know, or that they're doing something for them. So sometimes the easiest way to deal with that is to say things like, you know, I know we don't know each other really well, but I am running to Publix for some things for myself, or I'm running to Walmart or BJ's. Is there anything that you would like me to pick up for you? I'd be glad to take a list and get you a few things if you think you need them. Or, you know, even a conversation of what kind of things do you like to eat? You know, maybe some nights if my family and I make dinner, we could make a little extra and bring some over to you. I think they tend to not turn those kind of offers down as often. The other thing I find is very important that I think if you know any elderly people, some of them are very technologically advanced, right? Some of them use iPhones, some of them have iPads. They have no problem virtually connecting with their family, their friends, their doctors. Some of them, it's the total opposite. If you have an iPhone or you have an iPad and you know that your elderly aunt, uncle, friend, relative of some sort, neighbor doesn't know how to use a computer, it might be helpful to offer things to them again directly. Like, you know, I notice that you don't really have a cell phone or something. And or do you have any family that maybe I could help you connect with through my phone where you could actually see their face and talk to them face to face? You know, or do you have any doctors? Have you seen your doctor? Many of them have gone months and months and months and not seen their doctors.
Right.
Because they need to set up a virtual visit.
Mm-hmm.
Our caregivers have been very good at helping people do this. And some of them using their own phones because the clients don't have a smartphone or an iPad to connect to. So, you know, they will reschedule their visit, even the caregiver visit, around the time of the doctor's visit so that they can be present with their device and use it to connect to the doctor.
Right.
So I think giving people direct offers of assistance rather than open-ended offers of assistance, I think gets you much farther with people who are over 65, 70.
Right. You know, everything you're saying is really so right. You know, some people would just say it's pay it forward, but it really is just, you know, showing concern for your neighbor and doing the right thing. And I think that the suggestions that you've made about how to tackle it, because I think you're right. Most people, you know, it's a proud generation. It's
Yes.
particularly those people who live at home are they almost pride themselves on being able to be independent. So they really don't want to let you know what they need help with. And I think what you're suggesting is a very appropriate way to, without, you know, beating somebody over the head and saying, you know, I'm concerned about you. It's just the polite and correct way to do that. And I hope we can learn from that. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of the spirit of helping seniors in general, because when Joe Steckler, our president and founder, created this, you know, he had successfully built up the Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation. They call them the Joe's Clubs to this day. And the reason that he did that is because he wanted to help people be able to deal with the effects of, you know, of memory issues. And then when he started helping seniors after he'd retired from the Alzheimer's, he said, Kerry, he said, the reason we need to do this, he said, because my experience is showing me that memory issues aren't the only things that seniors face, and we got to help people get together. And he always talks about this, Traci. He always talks about making an aging plan. You know, our whole life, they say, when you're a kid in school, what do you want to be when you grow up? What's your plan? You know, then when you're an adult, you know, well, what's your plan for your kids? Are you putting so they can go to college, or do you want them to do this, or are you saving for your retirement? And they always are giving us all these advices about planning. But Joe's point is, when we get to our senior years, our retirement years, do we have a plan to walk our way through that? And one of the parts of this that you're talking about that's so important is finding a way to stay connected. And that's one of the reasons why Helping Seniors exists, is we operate the county's senior information help line, and have now for 10 years. You can call us at 321-473-7770. And you'll be able to speak with Kim Bernard, our educational specialist. And she is very good at connecting seniors to resources that are going to help them along the way. And so I do want to pivot, and I want to talk a little bit about our own fundraiser, which is the Helping Seniors Car Raffle. But before I get there, Traci, I just want to ask real quickly, you guys are open clearly for business. Do people call you? Or I wanted to ask what services, and just real quickly, how people get in touch with you if they do need some help during this time.
So, one of the things I agree with Joe with the aging plan, I think it's a smart thing to do. I also think it's a smart thing to do if your parents are getting elderly and you're saying to yourself, I don't think there's a plan. It's time to make one. We have so many people who come on service after something has happened.
Right.
And many of these things, in my eyes as a nurse, as a home care nurse in particular, were preventable. Wow. They could have been prevented many times with the right caregiver in the home.
Right.
I also think, I don't know about we are very flexible with scheduling for clients. So, I say to people all the time, if you're finding that you're alone all week long, you're not seeing anyone, you're not connecting to anyone, you can connect to services for relatively low cost. Maybe even help from the veteran, from the VA, but you can connect to services even if it's just for a couple hours a week, where somebody is coming and checking in on you regularly. I do think that's the most important part of it. I think a lot of people do like to use services as needed, which is fine. But I do think when you're talking about someone who's alone the majority of their time, whether they're mostly independent or not, I think they will benefit from a regular caregiver that they know and they like coming, even if it's once a week for a couple hours. Just some human connection that they make, and they know it's going to happen sort of regardless of whether it needs to or not.
Right. How do people get in touch with Avid Home Health Care?
You could call us 321-392-3400, and we'll have a talk with you about what kind of things you're interested in, what kind of things you need. We can help with pretty much anything around the house. Laundry, we can help with showering and dressing and things like that as well. Transportation, meal planning, cooking, and social activities as well. So, there's a pretty long list of things that we can help with, and we can make it real custom to them.
That's great. And I do encourage you to give Traci a call. She's got literally a lifetime of experience in this, and her background and her knowledge. You've got the hospital side, you've got the psychiatric side, you really have covered so many areas. So you really are in a good position to consult with and assist folks in getting the right kind of what's needed at home. And one thing I also remember you sharing with me is too, because of that, also over time, it actually is a health benefit from the standpoint that you sort of have a baseline and you know what's going on and you're tracking any changes that need to be addressed. So one more time, Traci, the phone number to reach Avid Home Health Care
is 321-392-3400.
That's good. All right, so we're going to talk.
I did want to say one more last thing is that I know that a lot of agencies. You call and you make an appointment, and a nurse comes out to see you, and they do an assessment, and you get started. When you call and make an appointment with Avid, I'm the one that comes out to see you. I'm the nurse that comes. I'm the owner. I'm the nurse that comes. So, I just wanted to kind of make sure that people know that.
Good. That's good. You get the benefit of some real experience and wisdom when you give Traci a call at Avid Home Health Care. So I want to pivot over and just wrap up. It is Labor Day weekend. So we have a bunch of things going on connected to the Helping Seniors Car Raffle. And I just want to take a minute or so to give you a quick update. First of all, we've been real busy over this holiday weekend. We did visit safely, social distancing, with masks, with hand sanitizer, hand washing, and everything. We visited all of the main Boniface Hires dealerships that are helping us in these 2020 Helping Seniors Car Raffle. If you remember, somebody is going to pick up keys. They get to pick which car they want to take home if they win, when they win. The 2020 Chevrolet Camaro, the 2020 Dodge Challenger, the 2020 Kia Sportage, or the 2020 Mazda Miata convertible. And so us and some good friends of the Helping Seniors team, we literally made a visit to each dealership and had the chance over the weekend to check out each of these cars. And so all that information is both available on our YouTube website. It's on our Helping Seniors website page, and it's also on our Facebook page. And I encourage you to check out the cars. It was a fun visit. The guys at Boniface Hires, they know their cars. And so they gave us great tours of the cars. We got to talk a little bit about what's coming up with the grand prize drawing. And this is why you need to get your tickets. And the Labor Day weekend is still a good time to get your tickets. One ticket is a $25 donation. 5 tickets is a $100 donation. And here's what you get for your money. So you get each ticket is, of course, a shot at the car. You get to, somebody's going to pick up the keys to whichever of those cars that they would like to drive. It will become their car on October 10th, and you got to be in it to win it. So you need to get a ticket just for that purpose. The second thing that happens, though, with your ticket, and I need to explain this, because of the COVID restrictions, last year we had 2,200 plus people out at the American Muscle Car Museum. Mark Pylock, the owner, told us it was the single largest collection of people in a short period of time that they'd ever hosted at the Muscle Car Museum, and we're thrilled to do that and wanted to do that again this year. But with the COVID precautions, we're still not there yet. So the event is going to be a virtual event on October 10th. You'll be able to tune in Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We're going to be out there the whole day, sort of telethon style, raising money to help the work of helping seniors. And so it'll be lots of fun guests, lots of maybe celebrities popping by, also some great car stories with all those neat cars in the Muscle Car Museum. But here's the cool part. Mark Pylock said, I really do want to help you guys any way I can. So he said, listen, I'm going to actually open up the museum for you on 3 separate days, so that anybody who has their Helping Seniors Car Raffle ticket, that becomes their admit one on those special days, as soon as the governor feels it's safe to relax precautions enough that we could do that. And so you will be visiting the American Muscle Car Museum in person on one of those 3 days, or maybe even all 3 of those days, however you want to do it. And then the third part of this is, of course, the most important part, at least as far as doing the things to help seniors in Brevard, is that your money goes right into helping the organization do its work of helping seniors in Brevard. So get your tickets. You can get them at helpingseniors.carraffle.com, helpingseniors.carraffle.com, or you can call Kim Bernard directly at 321-473-7770, 321-473-7770, and get your tickets. And Traci, we're just looking forward to that. That's going to be a fun thing in the middle of all the COVID things.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it.
We're going to say that I sure hope you have a great rest of your Labor Day weekend. Enjoy the celebration. Get your Helping Seniors Car Raffle tickets. And we'll look back for you here on Wednesday for Helping Seniors Updates. On behalf of Joe Steckler, our president and founder, Kim Bernard, our education specialist, and the rest of the Helping Seniors team, thank you for joining us. And thank you, Traci, for being part of this.
Thanks, Kerry.